Hello, besties! Welcome to Martinez with Eddie, your ultimate destination for everything Bravo. Join me as we spill the tea, dissect the drama, and uncork the juiciest gossip from your favorite reality TV show. It has been a week and it's only Monday in the Bravo universe, and I have so much to talk about with you guys tonight. I'm going to do a quick recap from last week Vanderpump Rules because we didn't have the chance to do it because I had two guests last week, and I hope you had listened to those podcasts because Kim from Bravo Breaking News and Melissa from Namaste Bitches with Teresa Judice were on my show. Those two podcasts has been one of my favorites so far. They both have great takes on Bravo. Melissa is iconic. Her personality is awesome. So I'm very excited to, keep working with her and for future projects and stuff. So keep an eye on that. Also, before I get into all the drama, because we had the Vanderpump Rules reunion trailer. We have new episode of Atlanta and Summer House Martha's Vineyard to recap. And we got tons of news from the Real Housewife of New York. Yes, it's so good. We got a teaser, we got a trailer, we got cast photos, we got an announcement of the legacy turning into an ultimate girls trip heading to St. Barts with an amazing cast of iconic New York housewives. So we are gonna be talking about so much tonight, you guys. So before I get into the dirt and the drama and the juicy news, I want to announce my own news. I joined today Cameo. So if you need me to drag your friend, if you need me to read them for their birthday, if you want me to make a Bravo type of confessional for them on any specific situation, or if you want me to just give you a tech talk of whatever, just let me know and go to, Cameo and find me as Martini with Eddie. All the links obviously are on my social medias. So I can't wait to make cameos for you guys. Yes. Now moving to what we're here for. We're here to talk about all things Bravo, including the Vanderpump Rule trailer that we saw last week. And when I say that trailer is juicy, it's it's not like an understatement. It's so good. I was shocked to my core. I was sitting down and I felt like I was gonna just drop to the floor with how dramatic it is. From the beginning, there's not a single take. There's not a single take in that trailer that I was disappointed with. Everything that we saw, it's good. And I got the opportunity to join a live on the Bravo Instagram that Prima Donald, which is Bravo's master behind all the social media, and Jenny too from Bravo, they did an emergency live on Instagram, and I was lucky enough to join that conversation. And they revealed this is just pieces of the drama. There is so much more that it wasn't shown. There's stuff that are so shocking that they are saving it for the actual episode. We also found out that Peacock is going to be airing the next day of each episode. Remember, each episode, the next day, is going to be uncensored and is going to be extended. So we are getting two different reunion episodes. We're getting the PG censor edited version on Bravo, and then the next day we get the same episode uncensored and extended. So if you don't have Peacock, you better get it, because this is going to be So good. One of my favorite part of this reunion trailer was James Kennedy calling Raquel and Tom Sandoval poo poo heads. You two poo poo heads. I am living for the poo poo head. Re also calling Tom Sandoval a worm with a mustache. I still want to know if you guys think that Warren with a mustache is better than Bambi I bitch. I like the Warren with a mustache myself. I think it's freaking hysterical because he does look like a freaking worm, like one of those cartoon version of a worm with a big mustache. That's how Sandoval was looking. Um, Also, Ariana was not there for the foolery and the clownery of Rachel and Tom Sandoval. Um, she called um, Rachel a demon, demonized, or something like that, subhuman, intense, intense. And Lala and James seem like they are going to be the MVPs of the reunion because they are going at it nonstop. Even when Tom and Raquel are trying to defend themselves, they are calling them out. For example, when Tom Schwartz was kind of telling the timeline of the situation, it seems like they didn't match with what Tom Sandoval told him to say because in that point, Tom Sandoval looked at Schwartz and like, August? Really? And then Lali's like, oh, look, you can even match the dates. Like you didn't plan this or you didn't practice this. What's happening here? Um, I'm honestly looking forward to this reunion. Everybody looks amazing. You can tell the Lisa is gonna go hard on Tom Sandoval and Raquel and Swords. Everybody's pretty much against them, and they are sitting by themselves on the other side. You can tell that Swords is so uncomfortable sitting between Sandoval and Rachel. You can tell by his body language that he's like probably regretting every single like choice that he made this season. But it's crazy because I mean we had lived through this scandal for months now, months, and we are getting to that kind of like final stretch of the drama because as we know currently pretty much everybody is moving on from the scandal, not like moving on but like moving on with their lives. um Ariana, for example, was at the NBCU upfront, and she was the one who introduced the teaser for the Real Housewife of New York season 14, which we will be talking about in later. Um, and she's thriving. She's been at the White House correspondent. She's been, the face of Emo Night. She's been the face of Bloomingdale's. Um, so she's doing fine. Sandoval, on the other hand, he burned down his own career. He's been given free tickets and still hasn't been able to like pack a theater or whatever. I mean, you read what you saw is karma. We haven't heard anything from Rachel. Allegedly, she is um, in a place for anxiety and depression, dealing with her own mental health. And if that's true, that's good for her because I mean, the pressure of being in the spotlight, going through all this, where when pretty much the whole entire population who watches Bravo is hating on you because you made a huge fucking mistake, must be really mentally stressful. I don't blame her. Like, do I like her? No, but do I understand the pressure that comes with being a public figure? Yes. So I'm gonna give her that grace. Like, I mean, she fucked up, and now she has to deal with the consequences of her actions. One of the moments that I laughed really hard was when Andy was trying to stop James from like hitting Sandoval, start like an actual fight with him, and he dropped all his cards and he turned around like, my cards. So that is really funny. I mean, this trailer, if it didn't get you excited, I don't know, man, because it's explosive. This is a trailer. This is what a true freaking reunion is all about. So, like in the past, we had seen so many underwhelming trailers. Salt Lake City, for example, we didn't get anything, and that was exactly what we got from the reunion. Nothing. So, I'm looking forward to this three-part reunion. I know there is going to be non-stop drama. The latest episode was freaking crazy as it was. We saw this awful conversation between Ariana and Rachel, where Rachel is trying to like snoop around information about her sex life with Sandoval, knowing that she's already fucking him. So to me, that was fucking disgusting. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I want to know. I want to know if Ariana is asked at the reunion how she felt watching that clip now that she knows what she knows. Because that was crazy. I couldn't I couldn't believe it. It was like, I don't know, diabolical. That is disgusting. On the other hand, you had Terry Maloney having a conversation with Swartz, dragging him as she should, and then defending her daughter, Katie, from Rachel. And Rachel tried to give her some attitude. And I'm like, bitch, you better not talk to my mom like that. Like, no, I will fucking drag her by the freaking pigtails across the restaurant for talking to my mother that way. And I'm happy that Katie put like a stop to the whole thing right in the spot, because that was really uncalled for. And Terry was not being malicious either. She was just, making points. She was the only person with some sense in this whole entire, episode. I'm happy that Ariana stepped in and defended Terry. Sandoval, on the other hand, acted like a fool once again, defending Rachel, even when Ariana told him to stop. And it seems like the conversation got extremely heated between them two, and it was edited out because Katie's brother commented on Twitter like, this is nothing compared to what it actually happened at that restaurant between Sandoval and my mother. And that's fucking crazy. Like, dude, you do not talk to an elderly person like that when they are defending their daughter, and it's somebody who's not even being, mean or in any sense. She's just being a rational person trying to make points that, what Rachel did and what Swartz did was plain and simple to hurt Katie. At the end of that episode, Katie and Swartz have this like conversation on at the alley, and this in Sir Alley. That was like a full circle moment, because if we had watched Vanderpump Rules from the beginning, that alley is like a landmark for Vanderpump Rules. That's where all the crazy stuff were planned. The fights happened where, they were drinking wine or smoking cigarettes between breaks, chit chatting, and, being super shady. So that fight for me was a full circle of, 10 years of watching Vanderpump Rules. We only have one more episode, and you know that the finale is fucking insane. I'm ready for to be shocked. I'm ready to be devastated, probably cry, because this is the episode that it was filmed after Sandoval was discovered or it was made public. At the end of the last episode, we see Lisa Vanderpump doing a toast and kind of like making it seem like everything's gonna end in a happy place for everybody, or like a place where everybody's gonna move forward and do better and whatever. That reminded me of on Beverly Hills, that season with Denise Richards, when she stopped filming. And on the first episode, they said like we were all so happy in that moment, and we did not know how bad things were going to get. That's exactly what came to my head when I saw that scene. When everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, toast, we love each other, yay! This is the end, whatever," and face to black, and then the to be continued happened, and it's like the finale episode. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm so ready. I'm ready for this finale. I'm ready for this reunion, and I cannot wait to recap and talk, because I'm planning to have a full panel of Bravo content creators. Mark your dates, because I'm having a full panel of Bravo content creators here on Martinez with Eddie to chat about the reunion and how explosive it's going to be. I will reveal the names of all these creators as they get closer, but it's people that you love, people that you know, and I'm pretty sure we all follow and enjoy their content. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. It might get heated. I'm pretty sure most of us are going to agree on everything, and I'm excited. I love when I have people who also, my fellow content creators, because like we do this because we love to do it. We don't make any money out of this. So we don't have any attachment to anybody, so we can be honest and real with you and give you our 100% honest opinion. So you gotta get that. You're gonna get a amazing panel of very well, verse people in the Bravo universe. Let's talk about something that, just real quick, before I jump into Atlanta. I've been reading Andy's book, the Daddy Diaries. I've been reading it. It's fun. I'm halfway through it, and when I'm done with the whole book, I will obviously share my opinions on it in an episode. But there is one part that I want to highlight just for 2 seconds, and it's the fact that we finally got an answer about Lisa Rinna leaving Beverly Hills. This is exactly what it says in the book. So we kind of like make whatever we want to make out of this. Allegedly, what Andy said, which I believe because it's Andy, he doesn't need to lie about this. He produced the show. This is what it is. I believe that the version of the events. After the reunion, after the Beverly Hills reunion, Lisa Rinna texted Andy saying that she was quitting and it was over, that she was done. It was too hard. She was done, right? Then he let people know, so they assume that Lisa Rinna was not coming back, so they started to plan how to move forward without her. The next day, when she was actually like back to her senses, she texted Andy back saying like, "Hey, I'm just kidding. I want to go back. I didn't mean to. I'm regretting to have text you this and all the stuff." And Andy literally said, "We good." She thought that she was going to be asked back or begged to stay, but did not happen. And that's what happened when you text out of anger. Whenever you have a moment that you want to, release some anger, and instead of texting somebody, just put the phone down, punch your pillow, punch your pillow. You don't hurt anybody by punching your pillow. And then go to sleep. And if you wake up the next day feeling the same way, then maybe that's what you need to follow your heart with. But Lisa Rinna texted Andy right after the reunion that she was quitting, and when she got time to sleep it off and get back to her senses, she regretted it, and that's why she would put on pause. And I hope she stays on pause. Another quick news from New Jersey. I just want to remind you guys that Jersey has been put on quote unquote pause. It's not on pause. They're just going to push the filming of the next season for the fall winter. So we are going to get holidays and no Jersey Shore. So we are back to beautiful holidays in New Jersey. And as we know, those Jersey holiday parties are amazing. And usually the seasons when we have Christmas, Thanksgiving, any holiday in Jersey is always more dramatic. So I'm very excited to see how this season goes. Let's talk about Atlanta, because Atlanta has come back with vengeance. I mean, it's so good, and it's only been 2 episodes. I'm happy about Kenya putting Martell in his place after she was talking with Shuri. I mean, let's be honest. There was no need for Martell to go so hard on Kenya when she was right. I mean, he DM'd Kenya, and Kenya was just letting Shuri know that the person that she's with was trying to get with her before. So I didn't think she was trying to to destroy Shiraz and Martell's relationship. She was giving her a heads up, period. But when Martell got on Kenya's face and started calling her stuff, Kenya was like, oh no, you're not gonna call this queen whatever, He was acting like an asshole. And Kenya said something that is true. I mean, a cheater is always a cheater. That is a fact. Just because maybe it takes longer to cheat in between cheating, or at the beginning they're acting all cool, but when the dust settle and they go back into like curious George mode, looking around, is meant to happen. So I think Shuri should have told Martell, yeah, you can defend yourself, but you shouldn't be talking to women that way, because he went off like a bitch. But I'm happy that Kenya matched his energy. And to me, that's very important, because it shows that she's not afraid. Luckily they left and nothing escalated to the physical point. But I mean, it was intense to watch. It was very intense. And I know that this is going to be, the big issue between Kenya and Shire moving forward. I mean, Kenya, it's a good friend of Shire. But I do think that Shire is going to side with Martell. I think she is stigmatized by him, and her friendship with Kenya is going to suffer. And I started to see their interactions online on Twitter. There were the Kenyans talking about it with Candy in her special after hours special that they had. I mean, it's given. We are gonna be dragging this fight the whole entire season. We're probably gonna have to deal with it all the way until the reunion. Are they going to get along again? I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't seem like they are in a good place right now. It's very weird. And I do like Kenya and Shire as friends, but from my perspective, the person who failed the friendship here was Shire. If she felt like Kenya was stepping on a situation that she shouldn't be talking about, she could have easily told Kenya like, you know what, I don't want to hear it. Um, if you feel that way, cool. It happened a long time. I don't need to hear it and move along. But then when she brought Martel in and he reacted that way towards Kenya, she should have stopped him. She has stopped Martel because, that's your friend. At the end of the day, I always say bros before hoes. In this case, like Kenya said, Kenya and Sheree are the bros. Like, I understand that, when you are in a relationship, you gotta side with your partner, but there is a long, long friendship between Kenya and Sheree. So for Sheree to take Martel's side, I think it didn't come off right. I don't think they I don't think Shirai was being a good friend to Kenya, even though Kenya was the one that was trying to like give a heads up and she took it the wrong way. The conversation was like a broken telephone game, you know, to the point that even the phone was quote unquote broken because the text or the DM that Martel sent Kenya was gone at that point. So yeah, Aaron just sent me a message. Aaron, hello. I think Kenya was trying to be a true friend to Shire. She didn't bring up in front of everyone. True, she was trying to be a friend. It went wrong because of Martel. Exactly. Kenya pulled Shire to the side. Kenya explained to her why she didn't bring that up like before. And even on Twitter, when Shire said like, if you knew this for a long time and you wanted to be a true friend, why you didn't bring this up at the reunion? And Kenya said like, yeah, because you guys were not together, like seriously together back then. So it was just like a flirtation thing between you guys. You were guys seeing each other, but it was not like a relationship. Right now, they are in a relationship, or at least right now on the show. We don't know though. We don't know if Martel and Shire are still together. We will have to wait and see. But on the show right now, Shire and Martel are moving forward with something more serious. So I do believe that Kenya, trying to be a good friend, she's like, hey, you know what? This dude was trying to get with me before. Just giving you a heads up. Even if and she said it to her, this happened before you guys got together, but I think it's important that you know. And like Candy said too, Candy said that maybe Martel was the one who deleted the message, because for Kenya to be able to delete the message, she has to accept the message beforehand, and she didn't accept it. She accepted the message, or accepted the request for the message in front of Candy in the previous episode. So Candy knows. Talking about Candy, there was a scene in her restaurant, a old lady gang, and the producer stepped in. I don't know how you guys feel about this scene, but I think it was fucking genius. Fucking genius. Um, they are talking like nothing happened. You know, um, it's Candy's husband, Todd, and her cousin. We know that her cousin got shot by a drunken employee. And when they're having that conversation, they were having a conversation about some random stuff about the restaurant, producers stepped in, breaking the fourth wall, which is fucking. I love when there is a good reason to break the fourth wall. And he was like, "Are we gonna act like nothing happened? Are we gonna act like what's happening?" He clocked them right there, like, holy crap! My jaw was on the floor. And in that moment, they show the little clips, the little clips of like news and stuff. Um, I think it was freaking awesome. I think it was great. And I hope it happened more often. in the Bravo universe. When producers know a piece of information that the housewife is trying to like ignore, and they clock them right in front of the camera, and they keep airing it because it's making me as a viewer enjoy the show even more. You know, I am going to share this one with the world to Erin because I am biased too. Candy is queen. I am biased, she said. Erin said. Candy was right with the fight with Corny, and she was right that Sanya didn't have her back. Correct. Correct 100%. I am also a Candy Cane. I love Candy. Candy, she's been on the show for the longest. She is an amazing producer. She's a businesswoman. She's a great mother. She is a great, great housewife, and to me, it's one of like the most iconic housewife of Atlanta. Including Kenya and Nene, obviously. Uh, I love Candy. I just love that this particular scene, the producer called them out right in front of the camera. And about Sanya, correct. Sanya has this conversation with Candy, acting as she defended her or had her back. Candy did not buy it. Candy did not buy that stuff, that what she said, and she's right. She was like, I'm pretty sure she was just kicking with the other ones, like he, laughing and stuff. Yeah, that was exactly what she did. It was freaking funny because as I'm watching her kind of redo what she think it happened, I'm like, that's exactly what happened, Candy. So good for her. She knows how that fucking clock, this type of behavior that are like just like hypocritical and not upfront, not honest, and she wants a friend that defend her in this type of position. Um, she said that Sonia and her are having a great, friendship and building a friendship, but a friend does not go around kicking with people who are trash talking you. And Corny was stretching. Corny was stretching, and the issue that she has with Candy to me is so fucking stupid. Like, you told me that you told people that you don't know me. Like, bitch, she doesn't know you. Just because you guys run in the same circle doesn't mean that somebody knows somebody. You might know the face. I mean, like there is situations where I been with people in the same room many times, but that doesn't like for events for companies and stuff like that. But I don't know everybody just because we are in the same circle of friends or in the same circle like work environment. We don't know the same person. We don't know each other. So to me, it's so dumb when Corny tried to make this such a big issue. I think it's hysterical. I think it's the situation where a friend of is trying so hard to make a scene and have a moment and maybe get the peach next season or whatever, and it looks so foolish because as viewers we are like, so you are fighting with Candy because she doesn't know you? Like, are you for real? Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Another moment that it was a little cringy for me this episode was seeing um, Drew and Rolf trying to seem like nothing is happening and like they are in a happy place, and music is our therapy and we are creating music together. Listen, Drew has a great voice. I'm excited for next episode because Candace is going to be on it. I love Candace. I'm happy that this crossover is happening, and I like Drew's single and I like her music too. But I don't like Ralph. Ralph was not a good man because the men preferred to go to Ross' party instead of being with Drew and her family when Drew's dad is battling Alzheimer's. Her mom is, dealing with the stress of the situation and her health is, being affected by it. And he didn't go. He stay to go to a party. That's when you know that the priorities of this guy is so fucked up that my heart was breaking for Drew, because I'm sure deep inside she wanted him to be there for her, but he decided to go to have a good time at the 1920 theme party. I'm just happy that they are not together. I'm happy that she rushed to the courthouse before he got there, because as we know, I mean, allegedly they both, filed for divorce, but Ralph wanted to be the first one to do it, um, but Drew won by like I think it was like half an hour or something, like 5 minutes. I don't know, something like that. When the news broke out, um, to me it was fucking amazing that Drew can say that she filed for divorce first. And Shira and her, real quick, I was watching at the end when when um when Kenya and Shira are fighting over Martel or whatever. They are at this kind of like warehouse, and I'm thinking, why does Shira needs a warehouse in any form or shape to keep her 10 pair of sweatpants that she produced? Because to be honest, I don't know who else is buying Shiba Shire. There are like maybe like five sweatpants, like two piles of t-shirts and a little box of socks, and she could easily keep those in her basement and ship those then herself, because there is no need to waste money on a warehouse when you are not mass producing a damn thing. I was like, this is a little much. I think this is just for the show. There was a clip in that moment that they showed one of my favorite content creators, Campire. I'm like, you go, Campire. You go. You go because you deserve the success that you have. He's been in the game for a long time. He's always very upfront and very knowledgeable of, housewife. And his clip of one of his um you know kind of like TikToks or whatever was used for the episode, talking about how overpriced Shiba Shire really is. It's truly stupid. Like there is a sweatpant for like $240, and I'm like, not even athletic brands like Adidas and Nike have a $260, $245 sweatpant. None. Stupid. I think Shiba Shire should have been literally just t-shirts and fun sweatpants that are accessible for the fans, so she can actually, you know, capitalize on that. Because when Shiba Shire was launched last year, I went to the website after it crashed, because literally it crashed. So she wasn't even ready. She probably didn't hire the proper team to set up her website, and that's what happened when you don't know about business. You know, um, the whole thing with Shiba Shire, I'm actually quite disappointed, because if it wasn't so unnecessarily expensive, I would buy a couple of stuff. You know, maybe a sweatpant or a hoodie. I like them. I have some items from Housewives or Bravo Labs. Like I got like Tom Tom's hoodies, and I'm wearing my Sutton t-shirt. Like I have some product because I like to support them. We watch the show, and for BravoCon would be cool to wear something from one of the Bravo Labs, maybe once for one of the days of BravoCon. But honestly, I'm not gonna spend almost like $300 in just a sweatpant and a hoodie from a brand that is just brand new. If I'm gonna spend that money, I'm gonna spend it in a brand that I know is good, like Lululemon's, or something like that. So I don't know. I hope the Shiba Shure kind of rethinks. I hope she rethinks how to market her brand, because honestly, once again, I ask people, if you're listening to my podcast right now, I want to ask you if you have purchased any Shiba Shire products. Remember that um, I did this um, kind of like poll last season with Lisa Rena and her lips kit. I'm like, who got Lisa Rena's whatever uh, lip gloss or whatever she was selling? I want to know. I still want to know. Nobody replied to it. Nobody actually said yes. Everybody who saw it was like, no, we don't know anyone. And some people just got it for free because they were sent those products, the products to them. So that doesn't count. Like, who actually spent their coins on getting Lisa Rena's products? Now I'm asking you, if you are listening right now, I want to know if you spent your coins buying She by Shure. And if you did, let me know the quality, and you know where to go. You can go to my Instagram, you can DM me on Twitter, you can leave a comment on YouTube, and right there I want to know. Please, please, please leave me a comment. Summer House Martha's Vineyard. It airs right after Atlanta. I'm liking this show. I'm really liking it. I think the people, the cast are bringing it. I believe that there's more to come, and I'm very excited about the process of getting to know this new cast for this Bravo show. I really, really like um, Mariah, especially because we saw her in the car doing affirmation with her kid over the phone after a night out. She called her kid and they were having a nice conversation. And, it reminded me how different this summer house, Martha's Vineyard, is different from the regular summer house. You know, these people are on season one, and they have kids. They are already married. Obviously some of them are single. I mean, most of them are single, but we have a married couple. We have people with kids. It seems to be that there is a more mature setting for a season one versus the season one of Summer House, the regular one. Um, I I'm happy also for Jordan, because I like when a woman stands up for herself. You know, I mean, people were kind of judging her for what she does on Instagram, for her work, I guess, on like clubs and stuff like that, for going out. And she said, like, hey, it's my life. If I can protect and defend myself, if I'm out at night, that's my business, nobody's business. And if there is a check calling at the end of the night, yeah, I'm gonna be out. I like a strong women, and Jordan is also another person that I'm really rooting for in this episode. Erin, I see your comment. I'm gonna share it. She says, "So far, I like everyone. Bria, I'm still on the fence. Bria is not considerate of others. I like Bria a lot. Aaron, I like Bria a lot. And I'm going to tell you why. I am a dog person. I love dogs. And I never see a problem with dogs around me. So when I see, people like Jasmine making it this a huge deal, I'm like, yeah, I think just, I think it's a little too much. I think it's funny though. I think it's funny how the dog has become the star of the show. Milo, listen to me. Milo is the true star of the show right now because his mere presence in the house has caused, issues between Jasmine and Bria. Mariah and Bria had a very explosive fight, you know, and even Mariah pushed Bria because of the dog's clothing being, in the same wash or dry or whatever. So I will give Milo this, he's the rising star of the show. I like Milo. He's such a cute dog. I'm kind of torn though. I'm kind of torn in um about how Jasmine reacted because I do agree. Maybe Bria should have let them know that she was bringing her emotional support dogs. I mean, some people might be allergic to dogs. Um, so, yes. But at the same time, Milo is an emotional support dog. So, technically, he needs to be with her. So, I don't know what's the point of her announcing that she's bringing her emotional support dog if at the end of the day he has to stay there regardless. It's not like just like a regular dog. It's a support dog. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I kind of like I don't see the problem, but at the same time I can see how it can be perceived as a problem. But also I don't think that getting a little physical over the dog's clothing being mixed up in the dryer was necessary. I mean, based on what we saw on this episode, maybe that's the way that I got it. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems like it was done without no intention behind it. It wasn't like she purposely put the dog's clothes mixed with, you know, Mariah's towel or whatever. It seemed like it was just a mistake. And then Mariah just took it to the next level, going physical and doing the most. And it must be really awkward to go to the club and pretend that nothing happened when, everybody's talking about it. But like I said before, Milo the star. Milo is becoming the center of the drama because if Milo wasn't there, what else were they talking about? What else will they be talking about? Ah, you know what I really don't get? That moon mass situation. Did anyone understand what a moon mass is? Because I do not, never heard of it. I don't know what it is. They didn't explain it in any form or shape in a way that I can understand it. Or maybe I was just so distracted by the fact that everybody else on the show was not really into it and kind of like just like trying to get back inside. It seems that they were it seems like they were cold. I don't know. Anyone knows what a moon mass is? Let me know because I have no freaking idea. I'm gonna try to Google it. But if you know and you wanna talk about the moon mass, let me know. I'm gonna try to ask Mariah. I think I should start getting some of these Summer House and Martha's Vineyard people on my podcast because I have questions, many questions, and I need Mariah to explain to me what is this whole moon mess because I don't understand it. At the end of the episode, a new member joined the cast on their trip. His name is Phil. At the beginning, I was very excited with this guy because it was giving me party animal. It was giving me don't give a fuck attitude. But then he didn't flush the toilet. I think that's fucking gross, man. I think that's fucking disgusting. And he said that he was doing it because it was supposed to be his room and Bria didn't put a note on the bed. So Nick took that room. So he decided to not flush the toilet. And then when they got back to the house, Phil was trying to explain the reasoning behind him not flushing the toilet, comparing it with slavery, I was lost. I was like, I hope it's the alcohol because whatever he's talking about doesn't make any sense. I think everybody was like, what the fuck, dude? What is this whole thing about? Um, I'm not gonna talk about slavery. That's not, that's not my experience or history to talk about because I think um, my perspective might not be exactly what the cast, you know, took it as. But I was really confused. I did not know how we went from not flushing the toilet to slavery in like 2 seconds. Even Preston, he's like, huh? How did we get here? And that was exactly my reaction. Confused. I feel like Phil came in way too hot. He came into that house way too hot, causing drama immediately, fighting with Amir from the get go, fighting with Nick, and shading Bria and being disrespectful Mariah's space too. So all the excitement to see a new cast joining the house kind of like went down the toilet, and I flushed it. I flushed it because I don't know. I want to see how it goes from here because I was not very um I'm not very Phil team right now. I'm not team Phil right now. I feel like the house was doing just great without him. You know what I noticed that too? I know this is really random. This is a random thought, but I just remember that when they were at that club or bar or whatever, Bria uh was asking this guy to buy them shots, and I realized that they were asking for Clase Azul, the same one that was the issue at the Ultimate Girls Trip 3 when Giselle's bottle disappeared. So I'm wondering, is this just a coincidence or is just Clase Azul paying Bravo to include them in pretty much every single episode, or I mean in every single show on the network? Because I've seen it pretty much everywhere now on the Bravo shows. I mean, and it all started with Giselle in Thailand. So now I'm questioning if it's really just a product placement and they getting paid for it because that doesn't make any sense to me that randomly we see Clase Azul everywhere. I want to finish this episode by announcing pretty much um, that RHONY is back. We got the trailer, we got a teaser, we got the cast photos. I'm excited to get to know the new cast of the Girlies of New York. I think we are going to be fed by Bravo with fashion, with money, with petty drama, with serious drama. I'm excited to get to meet Sai De Silva, Uva Hassan, Aaron, Jenna, Giselle, and Bren. I'm excited for these ladies to bring the new New York to Bravo. On the trailer, we saw pretty much everybody fighting with everybody. We see Bryn flirting with somebody else's husband. We see people talking about, um, you know, clothing in a literal shoe closet. There is a whole closet full of shoes. And it reminds me of Sex in the City in a good way. And this is why I want people to give this show a chance. You know how many people had reacted negatively to this show without even watching it? Dude, like give the show a chance. We can't expect every single housewife to stay the same forever. We complain about shows because they feel like they are repeating storyline or they feel stale. Like New Jersey. I love New Jersey. You know how I go nuts and head to head with people over New Jersey. But we can all agree that the whole Teresa versus Melissa feels stale, feels repetitive. We are done with it. And we complain about it. So now Bravo is not only just making tweaks to a franchise, it's revamping a whole franchise, giving us the opportunity to get to know new housewife from the beginning. It's a fresh start. So think about it. When we first met the ladies of New York 14, 15 years ago, they were all newbies. And most were just housewives, literally. Like people with no jobs, just stay at home housewives. These ladies right now, the New York, are women with actual jobs. People keep calling them influencers. And I think on a previous episode, I mentioned that a simple Google can show you all these ladies have jobs that are not influencers on social media or just influencers on social media. The only person on that show that is an influencer and is a fashion influencer is Sai. But everybody else, Uba is a supermodel. Uh, let me just give you like a little thing here. Jenna is a former executive, creative director and president of JC Crew Group. And now she's the co-founder and CEO that a direct-to-consumer beauty brand Love Scene. So she has a job. And then we have Giselle Tang. She is a fashion publicist. That is a job. We have Bren. It seems to be that she is into, jet setting and all the stuff. I need to get more with her communicate. She has a communication career. So I mean, these women are, Erin. Erin, it's I'm trying to find. She's an interior designer. She's a real estate person. So these are people with interest in life, and I don't like when most people online just call them the influencers. Even and let's say something. Being an influencer is not a negative thing. Being an influencer takes a lot of work. It's not just like happen. People think that people wakes up in the morning and they just influencers. No, to be an influencer, you have to have something backing where you influence. Either fashion or your personality or your knowledge, whatever it is that make your opinion or your takes or your taste influence other people. That doesn't just happen, and you have to work on it hard to garnish a following, to reach new markets, to make deals with brands. So even though these ladies are not just influencers, even if they were, I will give them a shot. Like, I understand that we feel the sense of nostalgia going away when a set of ladies that we grew up watching are not going to be on our TV on every week. But as a Bravo content creator, to me, it's really exciting to have two shows to talk about. Yes, as a content creator myself, I really like the fact that I'm not just getting RHONY season 14 that is completely revamped with a brand new set of girls that have a established presence in New York City in different fields like interior design, fashion publicist, and more. We also have RHONY Legacy, which was also announced today, bringing back some of our favorite New York City icons to our TV screen on Peacock. You know, we have Kelly Ben Simon, we have Luen, we have Dorinda, Sonia, Ramona, Kristen, Techman. So they are filming this summer in St. Bar. They're going to St. Barts. If I'm pretty sure if you've been watching Ronnie, St. Barts is one of like iconic trips on the show, where this whole Johnny Depp thing happened with Luen, and I really hope that they go to the same to what's it called, Letty, and they dance in pirate costumes once again because it was iconic. So that to me is exciting. To me, it's exciting to know that I'm gonna be able to sit here with you guys and chat about two different shows that were born in New York City. A legacy that we've seen for 13, 14 years, and a brand new set of ladies that, to be honest, from just the trailer, I'm really excited. So I'm asking you, if you're listening to me right now, to set your calendars, you know, it's time to give these ladies a chance. It's time to like realize that no matter how we complain about it, they are gonna be here, and I mean, fans, how amazing it is that we are going to be able, to have more housewives, brand new housewives, you guys, brand new housewife. We are gonna be able to hate new housewives, to love new housewives, to see their crazy extravagant trips, their clothing, their life in different part of the city, because that's another part that I'm excited about on this show, is that as a New Yorker, there are different sets of people in each corner of the city, in different boroughs of the city, like Brooklyn, like Queens, downtown, Midtown, the Upper East, the Upper West. And obviously, as we know, the previous cast was technically Ramona's friend from the same block, that little one block on the Upper East Side. And New York City is way bigger than that. And New York City is more diverse than that. So, as somebody who loves, live, and breathe New York City air, I'm more excited for this cast because it feels like it represents the city that I love and live in the most. So mark your calendars on Sunday, July 16th at 9 p.m. Because that day is when our new apples grace our TV screen. So, are you excited for the new Ronnie, the season 14? Are you excited for the new Legacy, Real Housewives Ultimate Ghost Trip, Ronnie Legacy, St. Barts? If you are, let me know. Let me know your opinions. I love to read if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. So you know where to find me. You can find me at Martini with Eddie on Instagram, Twitter, also on martinewitheddie.com. Like I mentioned before, if you didn't hear before, I'm also on Cameo. So if you want your friends, your family to get a cameo from me with a side of Bravo shade, I'm here for you. I got you. It's gonna be fun. So you guys, yes, just like I always say, you guys, please, 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 very important to me. If you love this content, give me a follow, subscribe, and rate this podcast and my YouTube channel, because the only way for us podcasters to survive is by the love that you show us just with a subscribe and a follow. Okay, guys, thank you so much for staying here with me and listening to me blabbering all things Bravo. And like I always say, bye, besties.